Welcome back to the channel. I'm Bill. I'm here at Super Chief Gallery LA at our new exhibition, Life Underground with Operation Under. Hey, I'm Bill, director of Super Chief Gallery. This month, we're producing a massive art exhibition with a highly secretive collective known as Operation Under.
Operation Under is a clandestine organization that produces artwork in the tunnels beneath the city. The group consists of a diverse cast of characters ranging from graffiti artists, painters, writers, explorers, photographers, tattooers, nature enthusiasts, and anthropologists. These operations consist of a physical and visual exploration of the world beneath us. For over 7 years, Operation Under has been exploring and creating these hidden clusters of underground artwork. Each obscure location is identified by a sequential number, totaling over 117 locations as of 2024. At each of these numbered areas, there is a painting marking the number and a variety of artwork by members of the crew. Some of these paintings could last for hundreds of years, existing in complete darkness, exposed to absolutely no sunlight, locked away in concrete tombs. Others may be lost to wear and tear from flowing water, erosion from washed-away deitrius of Los Angeles as it flows through drainage canals, and much of the artwork exists in total secrecy in some surprising locations under the city, beneath famous landmarks, government buildings, parks, and freeways. The secrecy of these locations is fundamental to the ethos of Operation Under. Protection from the elements is as important as protection from vandals, defacers, and other graffiti artists. This culture of tight-lipped mythology protects these mysterious works of art and their creators. Los Angeles is the home to Operation Under, but the group's reach continues to grow. Missions have been taking place abroad, and the operation has connected with like-minded groups around the world. Curiosity of the unknown is what draws us in. Some get drawn in further than others. The members of Operation Under have been sucked down the drain about as far as you can go.
If you're new here, welcome to Super Chief Gallery. For over 10 years, we've been defying art world norms and putting on some of the most unique and innovative art shows anywhere in the world. We started producing this show to share more of what we do with the world outside of Los Angeles in hopes of impacting more people. So if you support the vision of what we're doing, consider buying some merch and supporting these amazing artists and the team here at the gallery. Much of Los Angeles graffiti history has been completely erased over the past 30 years. The LA River, once a sprawling canvas for graffiti artists with enough room for everybody, has been completely buffed by the Army Corps of Engineers. The Belmont Tunnels, once LA's most famous graffiti yard, has now been turned into a ritzy residential complex, and old train yards around the city have been renovated for new metro lines. The oldest graffiti currently known about in Los Angeles, which is old hobo writings under bridges and in the entryways of tunnels from the early 1900s, are a great case in point that graffiti in the right places can last for a very long time. Operation Under's graffiti is an effort to create a time capsule for Los Angeles graffiti history that can survive changes that lead to erasure. Unlike most graffiti that's meant to be seen by as many people as possible, Operation Under's graffiti is meant to be hidden for as long as possible and seen by people in the distant future. There's even a high likelihood that Operation Under's graffiti could survive beyond the city itself through major earthquakes and maybe even a nuclear war, which is something that ESC31 and I talked about a year ago when I interviewed him in the bottom of an LA drain tunnel.
Let's get some stuff up that's actually gonna last.
I mean, at this point, we're right at Operation Under 100. So you figure some are gonna get a little washed out, some are gonna get burnt, but maybe 100 years from now, we still have a couple tunnels.
Yeah. I mean, they could survive a nuclear war, you know? It might be some of the last graffiti that's remaining in LA in 100 years, depending on how things go.
Hopefully, yeah.
Anyway, if you'd like to learn more intellectual quips about the history of Los Angeles graffiti and tunnels and its relationship to infrastructure, I recommend you check out the Ulysses Guide to the Los Angeles River, compiled by a few experts on the subject. And I also recommend you check out this wonderful book, The City Beneath, A Century of Los Angeles Graffiti by the esteemed author Susan Phillips. And of course, Operation Under Volume 3, now available at Super Chief Gallery. For Life Underground, we teamed up with Operation Under to publish their 4th book, which follows their adventures and misadventures exploring the underground tunnels of Los Angeles and beyond. The deluxe package for the book also includes an Operation Under patch and flash drive with 3 hours of interviews and ambient music aptly named Tales from the Tunnels. The patches are all one of a kind and made from fabric cut from tunnel exploration suits worn by the crew and sewn into patches by the talented folks at Certified. The book is a must-have for any fans of graffiti, urban exploration, and street art, and will be available for a limited time. But that's enough loitering about the library. Let's get back to the installation of Operation Under Life Underground. Transforming our giant warehouse space into an immersive drain tunnel experience was no easy task. Luckily, the Operation Under crew is experienced in scenic painting, fabrication, construction, mural painting, and art installation. With our forces combined, we created a total transformation of the space. Starting out with a normal white-walled gallery, the first thing the team did was to paint the walls to look like gray, decaying urban concrete. We paid super close attention to detail, adding slime and amplifying existing features of the building like pipes and cracks. The concept of the installation is that you enter the gallery through a typical white-walled exhibit showing the realistic side of Operation Under, photos, videos, artifacts, and as you progress toward the back of the room, you enter into a large tunnel chamber filled with artwork from the crew. In the back corner, we built and designed a tattoo parlor bum camp featuring leaky pipes, raccoon tracks, an overturned shopping cart, and a ton of awesome details. Once the artists arrived from all over the world, people started adding even more murals and graffiti in the alleyway outside. Inside, the team painted some sick murals of a tunnel entrance, waterfalls, and raccoons to complement this amazing exhibition that is brimming with so much great artwork to look at. I've got to say, it's definitely one of the most immersive and impressive shows in 10 years of Super Chief Gallery LA history, and we all had a blast bringing this immersive drain tunnel experience to life. After 2 solid weeks of hard work, we had the show completed and all the artwork hung up. Now that we were ready to go, it was opening night. The reception for Life Underground was tremendous. We had over 1,000 people come through the door. A lot of people said it was their favorite exhibition they've ever seen at Super Chief, and that it felt like Disneyland with the attention to detail on the set dressing and the scenic painting. Artists from all over the world were here and blown away by Los Angeles' warm reception for their artwork. It was really beautiful to see so many people from so many different walks of life come together to learn more about the important legacy of graffiti in Los Angeles and be exposed to things that they never would have known about otherwise. It's super rewarding to be educating and entertaining people through artwork, and it's one of the things that makes this completely worthwhile and keeps us going at Super Chief Gallery. Big shout outs to our team. It takes a whole big team to run an event like this, from security guards to staff to Ludwig on the photos and Tyler on the videos. And of course, Jerry, our party correspondent, deep in the trenches at the party, seeing what people have to say.
We're here at Operation Under, Life Underground at Super Chief Gallery, the opening. What can you say about it, the vibes tonight? What do you like so far here? Why do you come to Super Chief?
Everybody cool as shit, you feel me? You know, like, I just like being surrounded around just good art, good people. You know, it's like community shit.
Community shit at Super Chief Gallery, always a blessing, always happens. Final thoughts?
Peace to the Middle East.
Peace to the Middle East. And we roll, and we fold and we crumble, because one day there will be a total economic collapse and we will have nothing to do about it. But we roll and we go underground. Let's keep going underground. Excuse me, are you underneath the ground?
Not yet, but maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe after a few more tequila.
It's happening at 7 a.m.
Oh, what's happening at 7 a.m.?
Can't say.
Secrets lie beneath Operation Under. Are you tantalized here at this show?
If I knew what that word meant, I would agree with you, but...
Well, what do you agree, other than this is a great show? Are you having a great time?
You know what, I'm tantalized then, in that case. If tantalized means having a great time, I'm tantalized.
Let's go with that. Any final words, any advice for the people out there? You seem like a wiseful fellow.
I mean, all I could really say, free Palestine, that's all I could really say.
Period. All right, that's another one in the books. Any advice for the people out there?
Honestly, just stay real and stay positive. It gets better.
That's a period. He's gonna see us later. We're gonna keep saying period. Never had a period, never will. Oh, let's look at this. Look at the beautiful hue, the tantalizing scrimmage. I mean, that looks like a pipe. See that right there? See that? That looks like a pipe. It's not a pipe. It's colored to be a pipe. Actually, it might be a pipe. I take that back. I think it might be a pipe, but they colored it to look more like a pipe. Mwah. Well, let's keep walking. It's like fishing. It's like we're fishing here. Someone's gonna lock into my eyes. My eyes are the hook. And then when we lock eyes, we're gonna talk. Should we take 5? All right. And we're having a wonderful time here with our buddy
Frankie.
Frankie and
Toshiko.
Toshiko.
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Toshiko?
Tell him. That's all right.
What up, dude?
Everything he says.
Everything he says.
Everything. Screw the government. Forget.
Yeah.
Big pharma.
Big
He knows
pharma.
it. He knows
Life
it.
underground.
Hit him. Go for him. Yeah.
Are we set for a global economic collapse in the next 5 years?
Rivers of blood. All I see in the future is rivers of blood.
No, he doesn't even want to say it. He doesn't even
from us. We'll call you. Don't worry. We'll call you.
Exactly. He'll call us. Here from Operation Underground. What brings you to the show here, my good fellow?
I saw a lot of people outside and I was like, whoa, that's gotta be really cool. I've heard of this super chief.
Super cheap, yes. I mean,
it's like, I figured people would be like super chiefing, so I wandered here to find a blunt. I figured there'd be a lit blunt somewhere, so I'm just like looking for it. It's like the quest for animal chin.
yeah, I think you could probably walk around and there'll be one laying around in the floor.
Nice.
Is the consensus. A lot of patchouli here tonight.
And nitrous.
And
And nitrous.
something exploded. Do you like explosions? Yeah.
Guy. Okay. Hey, hello. We were talking about Dr. Pepper, Dr. Bonner, and Lever 2000, which is one of the sponsors of this amazing program here live at the Super Chief Gallery. And by the way, if you're into a museum dedicated just to farts, the Super Queef Gallery is 2 blocks down. Also worth checking out if you're in downtown LA.
Talk to us about your shoes.
Yo, yeah, these are O'Neill motocross boots, the Adam Levine collection. Yeah, J.D. Vance and Amanda Bynes were actually on a sitcom together on Nickelodeon, yeah. And it was produced by Dan Harmon.
Same guy.
Also, J.D. Vance has visited the Menendez brothers about 8 times. What's that about?
Yeah.
In prison.
His father's Rush Limbaugh, too. What's up with that?
A lot of questions, no answers here at Super Chief Gallery. Fist bumps all around. We're perusing, we're walking, we're talking. I don't even know what they said, dude. What were they saying?
They said J.D. Vance.
Oh, I don't even want to hear it. Stop. I hate politics. Okay.
With this momentous occasion behind us, the show open and the party over, some members of Operation Under got to bed a little early because we had a special plan the next day. With everybody in town from all over the place, we wanted to go on a very unique tunnel mission together with more people than ever before. Around 6 o'clock in the morning, The day after the party, we all met up and entered a drain tunnel. One of the best drain tunnels that Operation Under has, featuring a bunch of banners and artwork. The scene was incredible. There must have been over 30 artists painting simultaneously in the tunnel, and on this mission, for the first time, I really got the sense that this was an artistic movement that was growing and spreading with the popularity we were drawing to it with this exhibition, and becoming something bigger than Operation Under could have ever become on its own. It was inspiring to see, and it was a beautiful day, and I can't say too much because we have to keep the secrets to keep up the mystique, but it was the most impressive Operation Under mission that I've ever been a part of, and beautiful to be down in the isolated environment of a drain tunnel deep under the city with so many awesome artists. We also have 4 color options for these limited edition t-shirts to commemorate the exhibition, with the Operation Under logo and a very cool tunnel schematic designed by our team here at the gallery. We use really comfortable and high quality t-shirts for all of our merch, so you'll look cool and feel cool wearing it. Get it for yourself or as a gift for the tunnel rat in the family. Operation Under Life Underground is such an amazing show that took over our entire warehouse and transformed it into a tunnel art gallery experience. It's so unique to showcase work from a collective with such a variety of characters in it. Graffiti artists, painters, writers, anthropologists, tattooers, photographers. Operation Under is not a homogeneous group, but an eclectic collection of individuals. First of all, these pieces by Esk31 and Sick, really cool, super organic feels to them. These guys, you know, hailing from the old school YR graffiti crews, have a very organic style, unlike a lot of other graffiti artists. They are the de facto leaders of Operation Under, so, you know, they came correct for the show. Sick came correct with a giant banner at the top there. Really reflective of his graffiti style that you see on the freeways around Los Angeles. You know, keep your eyes peeled if you aren't familiar with it, and you may see some giant letters spelling out Sick or YR or NBC or ULZ, his graffiti crew. Let's go up to the front, see a piece from a real tunnel legend of Los Angeles. Maybe a graffiti writer who's explored more tunnels than anyone else in LA. I think he's a contender for it. That is the graffiti writer Adzi, who did this Looney Tunnels with Wile E. Coyote and, you know, throwing up the crew OTR on the TNT. And then you press the... Definitely a contender for the most original banner in this conceptual art show is this one here, made by a member of Operation Under hailing from the French part of Canada. They're in Montreal, Canada. These are postmodern graffiti made of living slime molds. And the artist also does that as graffiti illegally in public, and then in the studio produces these slime mold graffitis on the banner. You could put water on these and they would come back to life. They are living creatures. Super cool. All the work in the show is suspended from banners. This is probably the first time in my history as a curator putting on art shows that I did an entire show without drilling into the walls. Pretty cool way to hang work. I like that it blows in the wind and, you know, it sits a few inches from the wall and casts a shadow. It's like everything's already in a floating frame. And the best thing about banners is that you, as an art buyer, don't have to pay to frame them. They roll up, they ship cheap, they fit right in a tube. You buy it and you hang it in your house, and there's no extra costs like expensive shipping or framing. Check out banners as a form of art for collection. One question I've been getting a lot during the run of this show is, do we see wildlife in the tunnels under the city? And by far the most common critter we run into there is the raccoon, which is why the raccoon has sort of become the unofficial mascot of Operation Under. But I asked people what other critters they'd seen in the tunnels, and they told me they'd seen a bunch of others. There are snakes, turtles, birds, possums, roaches, bats, spiders, and the one that everybody hopes not to run into is the mountain lion. Absolutely one of my favorite and undeniably the most talented artists in this show has got to be Christopher Brand. You can see here He's a master of traditional Japanese styles. He is a highly acclaimed tattoo artist who's done some amazing back pieces, chest pieces, full body tattoos in traditional style. He has some great illustrations as well as sculptures, fabric pieces, and more here. Right over here you can see a super cool hand sculpted fox head holding the banner. And also he contributed quite a bit of really cool scenic painting to the show, like the photo op with the raccoons over here. Got a great Ninja Turtles one here by a Los Angeles graffiti legend, Tank, a guy who does some of the most innovative styles on the street and the tunnels. And he definitely came correct for the Operation Under show at this one. He's got a tattoo here on the arm of a tunnel and a master splinter there. We've also got Tank's take on the LA River logo up here with that heron. I think that's what those birds are called. Tank's take on the LA River heron. Egret. Maybe it's an egret. But nonetheless, very cool. Another one I'm really partial to here, we've got Punch. Punch is a guy who does letters that can be a little hard to read at first glance, but have a lot of crazy texture and depth to them, and is one of my other favorite graffiti writers in the show. Punch did a lot of different banners for the show, including some less graffiti-oriented ones, like this little one right here. More graffiti legends in the show. Abon here from LTS, one of the greats in Los Angeles. There's Skur, who started out in Los Angeles, but now paints tunnels globally in some really crazy places around the world. There's Breck, a guy whose work you probably recognize from around Los Angeles. A lot of really cool dogs and you know, really cool styles on a lot of roll gates around LA. He even painted the alleyway for the show. This huge one by Gwill with all these natural fibers, all organic materials, super cool, very on point for the vibe of the show. Can smell this thing. A Super Chief regular and favorite, Mike Meds, came correct with a variety of styles. This like organic liney style, and then even this one made from Legos, completely symmetrical Lego banner. That was a creative approach to this to the show. This is one you've probably seen around Los Angeles if you pay attention to graffiti. This artist's name is Morgan, and he's a recent addition to Operation Under. And he is notable as one of the big wheat pasters here in LA, putting that face everywhere. Up until the show, I just used to refer to him as that face guy, but now I know his name is Morgan. Definitely an honorable mention for creativity on the theme of tunnel exploration. Graffiti writer Monroe used the yellow safety vests that are commonly worn on these Operation Under missions to make the banner itself. Very cool. And then I think one of the best pieces in the show, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. This piece is by a graffiti artist named Ween, and definitely one of the most technically good and probably cutest pieces in the entire show. I think that one's great. Other notable pieces of the installation, you can see we've really got the tunnel effect going on here. Water puddles on the ground, raccoons lurking in the tunnels. Got raccoons doing all kinds of stuff here, painted by Christopher Brand, very talented artist, like that. The Bum Camp, featuring a wonderful sculpture called the Female Sex Organ, for obvious reasons. Little leaky pipe, water on the ground, raccoon footprints leading around the area, just like what you would see in a tunnel. Here we've got some extra big waterproof boots next to Blob Moss's pet raccoon's house, and a little bum camp here. And you know, it's a bum camp tattoo studio. And we've even got a shopping cart and a hole in the wall, and it was all done just for this this massive show. There's so many awesome artists in this show. I don't have time to get into all of them, but there's so many interesting characters and interesting stories behind these pieces. It's an honor to have so many great artists on the show like Adzi, Breck, Cat Gods, Christopher Brand, Esk31, Algay, Evan Scredder Stew, Gil Areola, Grave, Jazzy, Locus, Mike Meds, Magnetic Vines, Monroe, Morgan, Paul Sand, Punch, Retzi, Ryu, Sean Roach, Sir, Sick, Spacio, Steiner, Tank, Thing, Wolfman Albert, and a whole bunch more. This is very likely to be the first and last time Operation Under does something like this above ground. So if you're lucky enough to hear about this show and you haven't seen it yet, definitely make your way over to Super Chief Gallery and experience an art show unlike any other that you will ever see again. If you enjoyed this episode of our show, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It does a lot to boost our channel and help this independent art gallery reach a wider audience. If you'd like to support Super Chief Gallery and our amazing team, take a look at our website where you can find books, shirts, merch, and available artwork. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.